All right, we're watching EchoMike, who's going to be playing Ramattra on Eichenwalde. This is Silver 1 on PC. It's a long intro, so if you want to skip ahead, you're welcome to do so. After learning from YouTube guides, I climbed to gold as tank for the first time. A 5-game losing streak took me back down to Silver 1 today, and the losing continues. I now don't even know if I really improved at all, or was it luck that brought me to gold. The story. This is the last game in a 5-game lose streak. The first game I played after demotion from Gold 5. After last season's end, I've decided to improve my gameplay. I watched tank guides from Adder, Spilo, Emong, etc., and I learned the importance of corners, cover, high ground, and resource management, and taking space. I've implemented those in my gameplay, and it worked. I mean, Zarya and Rammatra are moving up to gold for the first time. In this silver game, the map is Eichenwalde, and I think, great. I've watched Adder's coaching videos on Eichenwalde. The enemy tank is Rein. I think even better. I've watched Adder's guide on how to play Ram versus Rein. That's great. Taking corners, keeping distance with Rein, and managing my cooldowns, defense went quite well. All went bad on attack, though. Actually, all went bad after enemies switched to Pharah. My team just couldn't keep up. We got rolled. Our team just can't deal with it. As a Ramattra, I know from previous game that I can't deal with flying heroes with my staff. My mechanical skill is just not there. And from the video guides I watch, I know I have to trust my teammates and just play my game. I saw that my DPS is swapped to Soldier Bastion, and I think it should be fine. But we got rolled. I don't even know what I could have done more. After the first 2 fights on attack, our DPS started to argue with our support about picking Brig, and the Brig said it's the DPS fault of failing to deal with flying heroes. I agree with this, but didn't say anything. I tried to ignore chats and do my best, but it was for nothing. My DPS wouldn't wait to group up with me, despite me asking. I also didn't play as well before, failing at kiting the Rhine while the Pharah rains rockets at me. I've watched Adder's coaching of a bronze tank player on Eichenwalde. Adder pointed out that the corner below the bridge is the first point of engagement, and the space before that point is kind of free space. I have not expected that we will be sticking in spawn for so long. What cover should I use? How do I take place? Take space, I assume. I must be failing so badly that these free spaces for attacking side is getting hard controlled by enemy. I have considered to switch to Diva, but I can't play Diva well, and I remembered one of the guides I watched say it's better to stick with a hero you can play rather than counter swapping to the one that you can't. And there is that. I have stopped playing for the day. I sit here and reflect. Maybe I haven't improved at all. Maybe it was just good luck that brought me to gold. Then maybe I just can't improve by watching videos. Then I want someone to watch my game, see what I've done wrong, and tell me what I could have done better. Any advice is appreciated. Thanks. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. Number one, I think it's good that you don't switch. I mean, I'm sure some people are going to be like, what the heck, why would you not switch? But like the core issue here is not the fact that you need to switch tanks, right? The core issue here is that you're not playing Ramattra well. Like, you definitely could have won this game. The Pharah was not such a problem that it's like, oh, the Pharah is single-handedly winning the game. The Pharah is winning the game because you're unable to create space. Because think about it. If you could create space, you could have at minimum pushed them to the first corner. Like, maybe you would have then died, right? Because then the Pharah, or maybe the Pharah then kills your whole backline or whatever. But that's not what's happening. What's happening, and we're going to see the offense side, you're leaving spawn, like, constantly staggering. You're part of the staggering problem. You're not using your abilities well, and then the Pharah slowly kills you. Like, it's not even like you're instantly dying or anything like that. Like, you have a lot of time to do things, but you get really, really tilted. It's like very obvious on offense that the enemy is not playing the way that you think they should be playing. Right? You think, oh, the enemy should be playing the first corner, right? Under the bridge, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's a natural chokehold. They should be playing there. That's true. And in 95% of Eichenwalde games, that is going to be what is going to happen. In this game, they initially start there. Then you guys kind of stagger and die a little bit. And then they push up to your spawn. And then you guys just fail to group up and do anything correctly. And then there's like, okay, we'll just stay here because apparently you guys just can't do anything. And like, you spawn and immediately just run out, like immediately run out the same and just die like over and over and over. You're just as much a problem as the rest of your team, right? Like, even if the rest of my team didn't play any better, like if I took your controls, it wouldn't have been any problem. Like, I would have just easily pushed them back. It wouldn't have been an issue at all. But like, that core problem is kind of the issue as to what bled off so much time on offense. That's number one. Number two, I don't think your Ramattra versus Rein fundamentals are actually that good. Like, you say like, oh, I feel good about the matchup, et cetera, but that's not what's actually coming out. And in particular, the biggest single problem you have is you are trading punches with Reinhardt swings, which doesn't make any sense because Ramattra punch goes out 10.5 meters and Reinhardt swing goes out 5 meters. I'm going to show you an example of that, like just how far away you can play against the Rein and not take any damage, which is incredibly frustrating as the Reinhardt to get constantly punched and you can't hit him back. Like, it feels very demotivating when that is happening. But instead, you run straight up, like face to face with the Rein over and over and over again, and it means the Rein's able to get value. Like, you're also getting value, to be clear, but you could give the Rein 0 value and you could get a ton of value. So that's a kind of like big problem number one in the Ram versus Rein problem is that you're just constantly playing way too close. One. Two, you're not patient. Okay? And playing against Rein, for pretty much all tanks, is an exercise in patience. I should say all poke and brawlish tanks. Reinhardt has this massive, I don't know, the number keeps changing, 1500 health shield, right? It's basically a second health bar. Reinhardt is really, really strong the second the fight starts because he has a massive shield that he can use to block all of your damage and cooldowns and ammo and force people to reload. When the shield breaks, then the Reinhardt is vulnerable and then you can kill him. But the problem is that you fire your staff, like a whole clip of the staff into him, and then you reload and you're like, well, I guess now I'll just start fighting again. But no, just keep shooting him. Like the shield will break eventually. You need to have the patience to wait for the shield to break or be able to kite him with punches. Okay, and we're going to see that multiple times where like you're just too impatient, where you're like, oh, I just want to go now. But sometimes it's not the right time to go, right? Generally speaking, against Reinhardt, you don't get to control the tempo. Okay, you need to force the shield down. Then you can do whatever you want. Then you just run over his team, and there's very little he can do about it other than shattering you. Right? Other than that, like you just need to work the shield down. If you don't like the fact that you have to work the shield down, you shouldn't play Ramattra against Rein. Like you need to work, just like if you're playing Sigma against Rein, you can't do anything until that shield is broken. Just apply constant shield pressure, break the shield. At least with Ram, you have a chance to like go punchy, right? And just hit him through the shield sometimes. But like often, in a lot of scenarios, you just need to work the shield down. When the shield breaks or when it's gonna break, that's your opportunity to start getting really, really aggressive. You need to trade space for time, right? So like you need to give up that space, force him to like cross large areas, right, where he's getting constantly shot down. Then the shield breaks, then you push back and take that space back. Okay, really, really, really important. So let's talk about ranges. Okay, so I'm playing Reinhardt right now. We're gonna use the Roadhog as a demo. So notice I can't hit the Roadhog right now. Even with the swing trick, I can't hit the Roadhog. I step up a little bit, still can't hit him. Right? Even with the swing trick, I still can't get him. Here, missing the Roadhog. Right? Just still out of range. Right, now I can hit him. Right. Man, I can't find the right angle to only be able to hit him with it. But it doesn't matter, right? Regardless, you can see. Right, there we go. Now we got it. So you can see that this is the range, okay? Look right down at the ground. So you notice that I'm standing on this gray bar right here. This is the maximum range. Literally 1 pixel backwards and I can't hit him anymore, right? So this is the range. All right, I just want to kill him real quick. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to Ramattra. And let's see just how far away you can punch him. Because you might think, okay, yeah, it's going to be 10 meters, right? What really is 10 meters? And that's an important part about learning how a hero works, is understanding what that distance is. As a reminder, this is where Rein could shoot from, okay? So I'm going to stand right here, okay? So I'm looking basically dead center here. It's really hard to get this centered. Okay, so it's centered, okay? So here, obviously I can hit him. I can still 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 hit him, right? Right out to here. Look at where I am. Look how far away this bar is. This is a crazy distance. There is no reason that Reinhardt should be able to hit you when you can hit him from this far away. Like, this is what you do. You pop Nemesis and you just run up and you just start swinging, right? Or you're fighting from like this close and obviously he keeps hitting you. But why? Just play out of range. Literally just play. It's not like you do more damage when you're closer, right? Just play out of range and constantly keep kiting him. The only time you should step up like that is either A, you want to make sure the Reinhardt doesn't get away and you're definitely going to win the fight, or B, there's multiple heroes behind him and you need to trade with those heroes to win the fight and the Reinhardt can't punish you enough. Like, there's a lot of conditional factors to playing close to the Rein where he can hit you. By default, if I don't know that I can play close, your default should be to play at basically max range. And remember, you're faster while you're in Nemesis form, so he can't even catch up to you. Even with the 10% speed reduction for going backwards, you can still kite him by going backwards in Nemesis form, because I think it's a 20% boost. So even if you just run backwards, he will never catch you. He has to charge, and then you have Vortex for charge, right? That's the other thing I would note is with your vortexes are okay, but like not great. I generally don't think you should be just chucking Vortex at a shielded Reinhardt. You throw Vortexes at enemies because the Vortex makes them vulnerable. By definition, if there is a full health shield, they are not vulnerable, right? Other than trapping them for like Bastion, Generally speaking, that is not going to be good value. So you don't want to be throwing vortexes at shields. You want to be throwing vortexes at open, available enemies who can die. Final note here is, I think that overall, I think your Ramattra play, weirdly enough, still looks good. Like, if you show that gameplay to me and didn't tell me the rank, I wouldn't assume that it was Silver 1. I would think that it's probably in Gold somewhere, right? I think that generally you have good reaction times. You generally seem like you know what you're doing. You're cycling through the abilities. I think there's like a lot of good here, and I think you could gain a lot of ranks relatively quickly. But I think it starts with not tilting and playing space, right? Using your space, using your range, and making smart decisions. All right, so let's boot up the game. All right, first fight. I think the first few fights go like okay, so I don't think there's a lot to talk about, and the game's long enough that it's not worth it. So, for starters, do we throw this vortex? No. Why do we throw the vortex? What's the vortex supposed to accomplish, right? It just slows down the Reinhardt for like a second, but he's still got full health shield. He can just walk to the side and cover if he wants to. Vortex doesn't do anything. Vortex is a long cooldown. I would save it because charging is always a threat, right? Always think, hey, look, is like charge available? If so, vortex will help save you from you and teammates from charge. But if you throw the vortex, then I know as the Reinhardt, I'm gonna push this close right side and get aggressive on you. And if I get a chance, I'm gonna pin you here and then get a kill. So, like, I don't throw the vortex here. That's number one. Number two, I do not play here because you don't know what the heroes are. So, for example, they might have somebody like Ana and Lucio. They come out, they sleep you, then they speed the Rein by and kill your whole team. Is that likely to happen? No, but it could happen, right? It could be like an Ana sleeps you and they're playing Winston, right? Winston, Pharah, Genji, and they all just dive your backline and kill you. Like, there's a lot of things that can go wrong here. There's no reason to be playing this far up, right? Control left corner, right corner, whichever one you prefer. There are pros and cons to both. But, like, there's no reason to be playing this far up, and there's no reason to be throwing Vortex. All right, so we're working them down. As a general rule, right, in this situation, with all your supports on the left, you should be playing left side. You should be playing right side if you're committed to holding this choke. A really common scenario is if you have a Mei standing here, then you can go ahead and play right side. Because, like, no matter what, the Mei can't escape. So you're like, saying, hey, look, we're going to do or die right here. But in general, I think trying to go to the left is good. There are exceptions to this. I would say like 70% of the time I'm going to the left, 30% of the time I'm going to the right, and it's hard to explain when to go to the right. I think just for the sake of simplicity, I would try to stay on the side of your supports, right? Just maintain LOS. That's good lesson in general. So we broke the Rein shield right now, okay? So what do? Just kite, right? I put shield down and I just walk backwards. He's gonna get one swing on me, maybe two swings on me, and that's it. And then he can't chase because he has no shield. There's no way the Reinhardt can keep chasing here without getting shredded by their team. I know he's going to back up anyway, and I know he doesn't have shield. So I don't need to pop Nemesis form. I can just keep using my staff. Remember, your staff is actually better than Nemesis form, right, at dealing damage. So, because it can headshot, right? It can headshot, and it does literally more DPS. I don't know, factoring in armor, how close it is, but in general, I try to use staff because it saves Nemesis form. Nemesis form is always a good panic button. You basically can never be killed as long as you have Nemesis form available. But if you pop Nemesis form right now just to get a little extra damage in, after it ends, what if he charges you? Then you die because you don't have Nemesis form. So I would just use staff here, right? Just keep using staff, right? But put shield down because, yeah, it's fine. Okay, so as we discussed earlier, you think that you are playing your range against the Rein, but that is not what is happening. It's not like the Reinhardt's walking into you. You're walking to the Reinhardt. See, shield's down right now. You are walking forwards. See, you are walking forwards into him in a second with Nemesis. Right? See, you went forwards, not him. You went forwards. You're choosing to go up into the Reinhardt, and now the Reinhardt's able to trade with you. Literally, just be like 3 meters back, and you're punching the Reinhardt here and not getting hit at all. And all you're getting is you're getting free damage and not taking any. And it's an amazing trade. And the Reinhardt will feel super frustrated. But instead you go into him and the Reinhardt's like, cool, let's keep swinging. Okay. So note, it's hard as tank, but keep an eye on your health, right? You're not getting low at all. There's a ton of sustain on your team between the Brig and the Ana. Keep swinging, keep punching, right? Farm ulti as fast as you can. Try to wear them down with the damage. No need to block here, right? Just keep attacking. Keep attacking. I can almost guarantee your sensitivity is too high, but that's a problem for you to figure out. Just based on like the flicking, like it seems like you couldn't control your aim against the Cassie in the room. Don't stand still because you don't want the Hanzo to get free shots at you, right? I know it's not going to kill you, but you don't want the Hanzo to farm ulti either, right? The Hanzo's already at 43%. Don't make it easy for him. Just keep spamming. So, what's our goal here? Reinhardt's back up. Just wear him down the staff. It's not going to be the first clip from the staff. It may not even be the second, but it's definitely the third. There's no way the Reinhardt can survive 3 whole staffs without the shield breaking. Right? Just keep working him down. So you have 65 ammo right now. What's their goal? Keep shooting. Don't reload. Keep shooting. You're not low. You don't need to take cover. There's nothing to like hook you or pull you out of position. Keep shooting. Every second matters. Every second of damage is what is keeping your team alive and preventing them from pushing. The staff hurts. Like, it really hurts. Do not I know it feels dinky, but it really hurts. It hurts a lot, especially if you're hitting them in the head. It hurts a lot. It's 240 damage per second if you're hitting them in the head. Right? Not including armor, not including the headshot multiplier, etc., right? But just like base, just think about it. It's 240 damage per second. It's a lot of damage. And even if it's hitting a shield, that's 120 damage against the shield, right? It burns down the shield. Just keep shooting him. Don't stop shooting the shield. Don't reload. Keep shooting. Right? Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. It's fine. Like, it might feel like you're doing nothing right now. You are doing something. Keep shooting the shield, right? Don't stop. Like, you see how you reload at 32? Don't stop. It's reducing your overall DPS. So now, at this point in time, I shield off behind him, because that prevents his healing and prevents any further damage. And then I start attacking him. And then what's going to happen? He's most likely going to hold shield. Great. Then I break the shield, and then we keep killing him with the staff. If I need to, I will pop Nemesis. But I don't need to do anything else. Just do the shield. So a really good technique here is the shield behind him, because the Reinhardt himself doesn't actually benefit from the shield in any way, or isn't affected by the shield in any way, right? It's not blocking damage from him. So just shield behind him. Right? Your whole team gets to shoot him freely. Their team both can't shoot your team, and they can't heal the Rein. So shield behind him here. So events here. Okay. I mean, like, if you're gonna do this, if you think, okay, there's a kill opportunity, you might as well just keep going right now. Like, he's low. He's extremely low. Like, I would just keep walking break the lamp and then just get the kill here. Like, you're playing very conservatively here, but that's fine. So what do I want here? I want to get healed up, right? And then I'm going to go to the left. But I think chilling for a second, yeah. Pharah on the right, that's fine. All right, Pharah's dead. Great, push, right? You're like going to get healed up right now. Push, right? Get these 3 stragglers, right? Walk forwards, because they have to back up. There's no way they can just stand here forever. I would walk forward, try to get kills, especially because you just lost 2 DPS. But you're too late now, right? Now you can't get the kills. Fine. What do? Well, we should be tracking the kill feed. What's the current situation? We're down both our DPS. That means we cannot hold the next push. The next push will be 5-on-3 in their favor. They are 95% favored to win that fight, right? There's just almost no way that we can win that fight. So what do? We give up the choke. This is really important for all maps, is to understand as tank, where am I going to take the next fight? You don't want to take the fight here, because they're going to spawn. They have spawn advantage, right? Their spawn's closer. So you want to back up and play the backside of the point. If you absolutely had to, I would literally leave the point, regroup, and then push back in if you had to. But I don't think you have to in this scenario, because you killed 2. So just step back, play here, right? Just poke them down, play here, and just cede space. Because Rein's going to start coming at you. That's fine. Keep giving up space, give up space. Your DPS arrived, now you get the retake. But staying here virtually guarantees that you're going to lose. Like, I don't think I could have changed this outcome by playing from this position, because it's a 5-on-3. I like, think about it. You're like severely outnumbered here. Okay, your supports are like trying to keep you alive, but there's no damage, right? So Pharah gets a free engage because there's no DPS to save them. This is not, quote unquote, your DPS's fault. They're literally not here. There's nothing they can do about this. But Pharah's going to drop in, and your supports are playing up because you're playing up. And in fact, your supports are even telling you to back up. You're going to hear the voice line in a second. Here. You hear that? You hear Break, right? Break says, let's group up. You can see your supports are going to the backside of the point. That is what you should be doing, right? You, right now, are making the biggest mistake on your team by trying to play up. And your poor supports are like, oh god, I guess if Ram's up there, we have to play here. Which I understand, because if your tank dies, you lose the fight anyway. So they're trying to play up, but it pulls them out of position. Pharah gets an easy engage on them, and now you're going to lose the fight no matter what you do. Like, there's no point analyzing your play, because you're grossly out of position, right? There's no way that you can win the fight, because you're playing into a 3-on-5. So, we're walking forwards. You're trying to shield off for her, and I get it, but the shield's too far forwards, but that's fine. Again, look at the Vortex. What does the Vortex accomplish? Basically nothing, right? Reinhardt can even charge through it here. Vortex does nothing here. Just save the Vortex, okay? A. B, you should not be advancing. You see that there are 2 people dead on your team right now, and your Ana is about to die in a second. That means this is 2 people versus 5, right? This is not a situation you want to be in. Just back up. Just give up the space, right? You see how you're walking forwards. Back up, back up, back up, back up, right? Now you realize too late. I literally just popped Nemesis and I'm out of here, right? I'm just like bunny hopping my way back because there's nothing I can do here anymore. Right? I don't want to stay because I don't take any damage here. You cannot hold this. If the enemy team was better, the Reinhardt would just charge in and kill you. There's literally nothing that you can do to stop them. Right? Like, forget the wall. It doesn't do anything. Just back up. You need to leave. You need to leave. Right? Like, if you're going to Vortex now I'm Vortexing the Rein just so I can get away, which is really bad. I don't want to have to do that. But at this point, like, I don't understand why the Reinhardt does not just charge and kill you. There's literally nothing you can do to stop him from killing you with this right now. But, like, you see how out of position you are? Like, you're not losing fights because of, like, these fights because of bad mechanics. You're losing fights that you had no chance of winning because the fight starts in a bad position, right? 3v5 for the previous fight, and now this one, same situation, right? Now we're in another 3v5. You should have just gotten out of there from the very beginning, but you're not. You're like trying to take fights whenever you want to take fights. You're like, oh, I'm here, let's fight. But you can't complain about your teammates like constantly dying if you were doing the same thing. The only reason you don't die is because you're a tank, right? Because you're super tanky. So that's like the only reason. So right now, what do? So something that we notice is that you constantly aim for lamps. So this is a really common problem in most Rebel ranks, is that when they see a destroyable object, they spend their effort destroying the destroyable object, right? Lamps, Torb turrets, Ramattra turrets, whatever, right? They constantly aim at those things. You should not aim at them unless it's going to give you value. For example, the Pharah is here with like 30 health, right? Just kill her instantly with staff, right? You could go on the map right now. There's literally nobody even in the lamp. Don't destroy things just because they are deployed on your screen. Destroy them if it's actually preventing you from getting a kill. But you don't need to do that, right? Just get this free kill, then get the second kill, then go back and kill the Rein. You're in good position here. They have made a terrible mistake overextending. That's the only reason you guys don't get rolled, is because there's no reason for them to be this far forward. It's like crazy. The Baptiste does like literally nothing to save the Rein here, because he's exclusively shooting the Pharah. You see, if he saves the Rein here, like the whole fight is different. But Baptiste just feeds, right? And now that gives you a chance to turn back into a fight, because there is no reason that they should have lost this fight. They were horribly outnumbering you from the very beginning. But again, this is like Silver 1, right? Like, mistakes gets made. What are you shooting at? Like, this is bad. And this is what I say is, like, often people's problems are not necessarily aim related. They are trigger discipline related. This is not an aim problem. There is no visible target here. I know you know the Kiriko's here, but this is clearly not going to hit the Kiriko. I guarantee you, I don't know how many hours you've played, but you have to know that the cart is going to block all these shots. You cannot see any part of the Kiriko right now. So this is not going to actually hit her. You have to get behind it first before you start attacking. She's right there. You can see it. You can see the name tag. All right. So Hanzo's out of position. Kiriko's still pushing the cart. I don't know why you're holding block right now. Like 266. Okay, I get it. You're hit by grenade, right? As soon as you're getting healed right now I'm going back in. 513, immediately go back in. Right? You could have got up and punched and killed her. But even without this, just cancel Nemesis form, which I've seen you do. Cancel Nemesis and kill her with the staff. You get so many options. Kiriko's still here on the cart. You guys can see the name tag, right? Unless you don't have enemy health bar, like, you can definitely see the fact that the Kiriko is here. Just go kill her. You can also, like, you can see the number up here. You can hear the noise. It's silly. No reason to get hit by the fire strike. I don't want to be shooting the Rein right now because this is like a committed scenario. I only shoot the shield when I don't have better targets. Right now, I have 2 great targets over there and the Kiriko over here. I don't need to be shooting the shield. Okay, great. So you go for it. So I think I would pop Nemesis right now and start punching. Not the Rein. I don't want the Rein. I want to kill the backline. My job is to kill the backline. There's only so much you can do about the Reinhardt. Go and kill the backline right now. See how we're not killing anything? Like this. Let me finish this coaching segment. Okay, so we're going here. Right. I would note that you have not used shield at all, right? As a general rule, you should always pop shield before you go in the Nemesis form, right? Unless you literally don't have time and you would die otherwise, you should pop shield before Nemesis form. But fine. So, because, like, for example, putting a shield here would have been very helpful to potentially save your team. But fine. From here, walk up and just kill everyone in the backline here, right? Pharah, I think, already used boost, too, because you caught her with a vortex. She has it right now. But, like, you could walk forwards right now and just punch and kill everybody in the backline. But instead you go for the Rein, right? Rein gets saved, and this is why people don't target tanks, is because the enemy supports have things that save tanks, but they don't have so many things that can save themselves. Right? This gets popped. So let's say that, first of all, you should not pop ulti here, because there's no way you're going to win this fight. Okay? You already saw how many people have died here, right? You've lost 3, they've lost 1. You need to have some idea of the fact that you are down multiple, at least one hero, right? If not knowing you're down 2, there's no way you're going to win this fight. A, right? So you shouldn't have popped ulti, you should have saved it. B, let's say hypothetically I am in this scenario and I have popped ultimate and I have to fight this out. What is the best way for me to win this fight? I am going to punch and get over here while I punch and kill the Reinhardt, and then punch and then constantly just do this. Punch, right? Punch to prevent myself from being exposed to the window. Because you should not walk in front of the window. This area right here is where you do not want to go. And you see how you just did it right there? And you see how you're doing it right now. There's no reason. If you just want to kill the Rein, right? Forget the window. Stay out of the window, right? But now Dragon gets popped. I would have tried to kill the Rein because there's no way you're getting out of this alive. I don't know why the Reinhardt refuses to charge you. Like, you should have been dead like so many times here. I truly do not understand how they do not kill you, but somehow this happens. You're also missing the Rein right now, for the record. You saw how you missed right there? Right? You missed that shot right there. I think you hit the backline, but you missed the Rein. I would also note, again, as we discussed, kite the Rein. Just walk backwards. See? Look, the Reinhardt shielding backwards. What are you doing? You're walking into him, which allows him to then swing on you. This is you. Like, you could just continue walking backwards and you're not going to hit by the Rein. Like, this is you over and over again. You are choosing to face tank the Rein for no reason. I would definitely have Nemesis out here to get out faster, even if it means I don't have Nemesis when I get out. But. So, if I'm walking out here and we've won the fight, what do? I don't go this way. I go here and I take high ground. Do I use high ground? Not so much. I can burn down the backline. I can vortex somebody, maybe get killed, work my Reaper. But at minimum, I don't want them to get high ground. Because think about it. If you're standing here and they take high ground, what can you do? Nothing. You just lose because it's going to take you forever to rotate over there. So on brawl tanks, preemptively take high ground on defense. All right? Easier to go down than it is to go up. Stay high ground whenever possible. Again, another vortex is not going to do anything. I have 19 ammo. I shoot it all. Shoot all the ammo. Right, reload. That's fine. Yeah, no targets right now. Unfortunate. Represent. Just keep shooting. I don't know why I'm stopping. Just keep shooting. Like, literally, you still have to priority and everything. Just keep shooting. I don't throw vortex. This is silly because the vortex isn't going to do anything. Right? I want the vortex for like later. Again, right now, keep shooting. Stop reloading. Keep shooting. Just shoot. Oh, Reinhardt's charging in. If I can vortex this, but you don't have vortex, and now the Reinhardt's going to pin you. Right? Actually, great sleep by your Ana. Reinhardt just throws here for no reason. Vortex is really far off. Trace is here, trying to burn it down. You're just holding down the trigger right now without looking. Got to aim, right? It's really important to actually aim your abilities. That vortex isn't going to do anything. Like, your vortex usage is very suboptimal, right? You basically get almost no value of the vortex. Like, literally so far, I have not seen a single time where a vortex would have changed anything. And Vortex is one of the strongest abilities that Ramattra has. I think they're all pretty strong abilities, actually, now that I think about it. But, like, Vortex is a surprisingly strong ability, and it combos extraordinarily well with your staff. The fact that you constantly keep throwing it away is hurting your value. Again, keep shooting. Shoot the whole ammo down. You have no damage fall off with Ramattra. Keep shooting. You do not want the Rein to get here with full shield. That is bad for you. That is really bad for you. You need to work down the shield. Right? If you can shoot the backline, great. But, like, otherwise, shoot the shield. Okay, so in another world, you could pop Nemesis and go aggress here. But the problem is you're getting super low because you're taking a ton of damage. Right? You've eaten that rocket, so, like, you should be covering here. Throw Vortex to prevent the Rein from walking on you, and just keep shooting the staff. Right? And then retreat back to here. Just keep shooting. Keep shooting. That's what I mean by trade space for time. Just Vortex him. Zap, right? Walk back here, zap. Just keep going. It's okay. I'll let him get some space. I just don't want to lose the fight. The most important thing is don't lose the fight. Just play slow, right? It's their job to do something, right? So you get nanoed here. I would have been extremely careful doing this because there's a non-zero chance that the Pharah can just knock you off the map with concussive right now, right? If she concusses right here, concuss you and you're gone. Again, not something you're going to see at Silver 1, but I feel anxiety on your behalf from walking so close to an edge with a Pharah staring at me right now. And like at higher range, you're 100% dead right now. Even with the knockback protection, like that's not enough. But once again, we see, what's the problem here? Reinhardt starts swinging. Why are we in his face? Just walk backwards. We don't do more damage when we're closer. Just walk backwards. Right? Now we force ulti here, but we didn't need ulti. Nano's already popped. There's no reason we should have died. We should have forced the ultimate right now. Right? I really want to save it. You're actually not even particularly low. You're 554. You do not need to pop ultimate right now. This fight's already won. But like, you're having trouble keeping track of all this information. And like, you have to, right? I don't really have any better tips other than you have to be able to keep track of what is going on. Right? You got to be looking at the kill feed. You got to be able to look at the scoreboard, right? Press tab. So if I'm doing this, Pharah's going on me right now. I pop Nemesis and I just start punching. Why you're not punching? Like, you pop Nemesis here and then you punch the cart. Then you punch like, there's obviously nobody here, right? Obviously nobody here. Then I punch the cart again. Now I punch thin air. And now I'm like, oh, wait, that's a Pharah? Now you punch, and that's obviously not going to hit her. And now you finally go to staff mode. There's a lot of panic in your play. Okay? Slow it down. Tanks live for a long time. Slow it down. Right? There's no reason to be just holding down the trigger and just like punching thin air. Attack all the ammo, all the ammo, all the ammo. Shoot all the ammo, shoot all the ammo. Don't reload. You're at 77 ammo. Do not reload. Keep shooting. You need to shoot. The reason you're going to lose here is because the Reinhardt's going to walk forward with full shield and then you're in big trouble. You don't need to shield yet. No one's attacking you. You do not need to shield this early. Right? Walk over here. Match the Rein. Shield behind him. Work the Rein down with staff. Give up space if you have to. Use Nemesis if you have to. Right? You got options here. This is a bad idea. So you've walked into 3 heroes. All of their cooldowns are up because you have not seen them use any. Even if they've been used, like, it's fine. It is what it is. But like, they're most likely all of their cooldowns are up, right? In fact, all of their cooldowns are up, right? He uses regen burst as you start pushing in. This is never going to work. What is your plan to deal with sleep? Because you will not dodge sleep. You never expect to ever dodge a sleep as a tank. Wrecking Ball and Doomfist maybe. But like, everybody else eats sleeps. There's no way to dodge them. You're a giant target. What is your plan if you get slept here? You die, right? I mean, you're pretty tanky, but like, they could pop window here. They could just nade you and burn you down. They could just ignore you and kill everybody else behind you. Like, this, you don't have a good plan here for sleep. So don't push this, A. B, the Baptiste and Ana and Pharah here can do a ton of damage, right? Ana does probably what, like 75 damage a second. Baptiste, if I had to guess, let's put him like in the 125-ish range, right? And Pharah's like 120 as well. So let's round that to 125. So 250, 325 damage a second. Not including headshots, not including window, not including any other abilities. You're gonna die here in like 3 seconds. Like, you just can't do this. You just can't just run in here, even with full health. I think that you just gotta chill here, right? Just sit back here, right? Just continue zoning the Rein. It's fine. Like, you're trying to force this right now. You get burned down. Now you get naded. Now window gets popped. And what's your plan? You die. Right? You just can't do this. You gotta chill a little bit. Like, this is not the moment. And I know it's tough because it's hard to see what the read is, but I can win this fight by just zoning the Rein. If I just zone the Rein, I shield behind him, we win this. Look, the shield's about to break. That's why the Reinhardt feels anxious, because he's like, oh god, I gotta do something right now. Just zone the Rein, right? Shield off, even get shattered. If shield's down behind them, only the Rein can do any damage. It is what it is, right? And also, you're not in charge of blocking shatter, which right. Like, no one's expecting you to block a shatter. There's almost no way that you could consistently do that. So it's your team's job to LOS it. But applying constant damage pressure is important. Yeah, going in here, not so good. All right, you're going to go out here. You're going to get some kills, but it doesn't matter because they already capped. None of this matters. It might feel good to get kills here. None of this matters. They've already capped it. They're going to be back in a second. Okay, so we're in the next real fight. I don't know why you're over here, but chase the Tracer, maybe. Yeah, tough for you to deal with Tracer. Reaper's dead. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, we're down a hero. How many people we got? Look around. Well, we got 3 heroes here. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes pushing in. What does that mean? Go back. Do not die. Do not die. Stop trying to push. Just go back. Go back, right? Especially because your Ana's like way behind them. Go back. It's okay. Trade space for time. Don't. Yeah. I pop Nemesis here and I leave. I just buddy hop my way back to spawn. I cannot win this fight. No matter how good you are with perfect aim, you cannot win this fight. Like, what is your plan? Right? You just get killed. Don't blame your team. You're the one who chose to take that fight. You knew at the start of this how many people were alive. It's not like, oh, a lot of people just died all of a sudden. You had so much time here to read this fight. Right? Okay, Trace is here. So you saw one. You can see shots from your other hero. So you know there's 3 heroes right now. All their heroes are alive. Reaper just died. So at a minimum, it's 4v5. But your Ana's all the way over here, which you can see. But ignoring that, it's still 4v5. I don't want to fight it. Just go back. Just go back. Just retreat. Just retreat. Just retreat. Just retreat. You need to retreat. But no, you don't. You stay. You stay too long, right? And because you stay, your team stays too. Like, you are baiting your team into this, which is something I don't think you realize, right? Your Junkrat stays here because you're staying in there. Should he stay? No, everybody on your team should abandon you. Like, you are not making the right call, which we also saw on the first point defense, where you were playing in the wrong spot at the wrong time, and as a result, like, you end up getting your team killed too. Don't eat those fire strikes. That's how he farms ult so quickly. This is not a shield that does anything. Like, it is unbelievable luck that he decides. I wouldn't even say luck. I have no idea why he would just shatter a shield that's already down. Right? The shield's already down. Why is he shattering? All right, whatever. It is what it is. I don't think it's worth the micro-analysis here. But no Reinhardt right now. So, like, you got chance to, like, push people. You shouldn't be using the shield. No one is looking at you. No one is shooting at you. You're not in danger. Don't use the shield, right? Shield is way too early. Pulse bomb gets popped. It cannot one-shot tanks at full health. Just walk away from it. Do not walk over it. This is really bad. So you walk over it, you take a ton of damage, okay, but it doesn't kill you, but you pop Nemesis because you get scared, which I understand, but not having Nemesis for the next fight is really bad. Like, that is usually going to be a fight-losing mistake to have to pop Nemesis without getting any value from it. Extremely lucky that you guys end up being able to turn this, right? Once again, we see, look, Rein's here. What do I do? Stop walking in his face? Just play back, right? Just kite him. Just keep kiting him. He turns to the Reaper. Okay, now I walk forwards, right? It's a dance with the Reinhardt. Just keep kiting him. I guarantee if you're watching, like, I don't remember how long ago I recorded the Ramattra video, right? It's probably like a year ago. I guarantee you will not see me constantly walking face to face with the Reinhardt unless the Reinhardt is going to die and I'm trying to run over his whole team. Okay. So, what goes so wrong on offense? Here's the Reinhardt. So, number one, why is the shield popped? And we see that over and over again. You don't just use shield to use shield. The shields have to do something. This shield is A, misplaced. It's basically in the wall. And B, it doesn't stop fire strike or swings from Reinhardt. So, why? Like, don't do this. Don't use the shield. Just be a little bit more patient. Stop hitting the buttons constantly. It's funny. Some heroes don't hit the buttons. Some heroes hit the buttons all the time. You gotta figure out where it's the middle, right? Hit the buttons at the right time. But fine, they're playing Pharah Mercy. Okay, it is what it is. Right? So, keep burning them down. Keep burning them down. Patience, patience, right? Don't do this. There is no reason to be walking into all of them. You have a staff for a reason. You can hit the Rein. The Rein cannot hit you. Like, let's visually draw this, okay? Reinhardt is a guy with a shield, right? This is the Rein. This is Ramattra. Ramatra's over here, has this fun little staff, right? And the staff is constantly shooting pellets at the Rein. Is there any reason why the Ramattra would want to stand here? No. Just stay here. Just stay here and just constantly keep shooting him. The shield has to break. It has to break. And when it's going to break, he's going to take cover. And then you get to walk forwards. And the shield will not regenerate that fast as long as you're reading when the shield is going down. And then you move forwards and take that space. Then you go back to, hey, look, he's going to try to hold up. I'll break the shield and we win the fight. If he backs up, great. I just took space for free. Didn't have to die. Didn't have to take damage. Just shoot the shield. Like, it feels crazy. But, like, sometimes, like, as Brawl tanks, you really can't skip the opposing hero in a lot of scenarios, right? Or his opposing Brawl hero. If he is in your way, you have to burn him down first. Just shoot him. You're trying to walk up here like you're like, oh god, I'm gonna pop Nemesis, kill everybody. This is a lot of damage. There's a Soldier here, there's a Pharah here, there's a Rein here, and there's a Mercy here. There's a lot of damage you're pushing up through this one small chokehold, right? You take a ton of damage. You're just 340 damage instantly. And now, again, we are point blank with the Rein. Don't do this. Just play back, right? Just play back here. Okay, now Rein goes here. Great, swing wide like this. No reason to be playing so close. And now our Nemesis is about to end. Another Vortex is not going to do anything, but... So, again, the shield here is not great. I think this is at least a 8F scale. This is like a C shield. I think most of the shields are like Ds. Ds or Fs. This is like a C shield because technically it's blocking off the soldier in, but otherwise it's not that great. You really want to be able to get more space here and then start shielding off before you do anything else. All right, so we're kiting. This is good. This is actually what we want. It might seem weird. You're like, oh, I'm going to push back. This is fine. The Rein is to A, taking damage, B, working down his shield. That's fine, right? Just reload. I generally would not try to keep forcing this path versus going this way, but it's fine, right? See, the shield's about to break. The Reinhardt shield is at 0 health. The shield did break, but unfortunately your soldier is dead. That's okay. You can still keep pushing here, get a little bit of space, right? That's a terrible vortex, right? The vortex is really far off target, right? If it let it here, it's okay, right? But ideally, I want to be out here, then trap somebody with vortex. I think shield's probably a little early, but fine. Right, great. This is good. This kiting is good, right? Kite. Right, now we walk forwards. Yeah, like, go ahead. You can walk forwards right now. You should have supports, right? Walk forwards. Your Bastion's going to Soul Form right now. Walk forwards. You have Nemesis form. That is literally the whole point of the gameplay loop, right? I talked about this all this time, right? You use Staff, right? Then you use Shield. Then you use Nemesis. Then you go back to Staff, right? Just over and over and over again. But where is your Shield, right? Or sorry, where's your Nemesis? That's what's missing right now. Just keep the pressure up. That's what Ramatra's so good at. Constantly apply pressure. In a burst, short, quick engagement, Reinhardt's better than you. You're better at working him down over time. You are the more patient hero, right? You need to work him down. Just keep working him down, right? Walk forwards, right? I step back a little bit because I don't want the Rein to hit me. But see, like right now, you're taking damage. Just stay like literally 2 meters further back. And now you just took 600 damage over the course of like 4 seconds. You're playing way too close. Just stay a little bit out of range. Right? Now you get burned down. Right? I think your team is just having trouble keeping everybody alive because you guys are taking so much damage. Right? Like there's no reason for you to be taking an unbelievable amount of damage. You're full health coming up here. Look how fast you get shredded. Right? Now you're almost dead. That was like 4 seconds. And of course, like your team is having trouble keeping you up because probably Briggs used all her packs, right? She's got 1 left, right? And the Ana's probably low in ammo. Yeah, she has 0 health. That's why you're not getting healed. You're taking way too much damage here. It's really inefficient. Okay. Thus, not quite the spawn camp. But I like the general idea of this vortex. I don't think the timing is so good because shield is still up, but Ryan decides not to shield anyway, which is fine. Why am I covering? Just keep shooting. I'm full health here. I'm full health. They're vulnerable. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. I think you reload here with how much? Yeah, you have 49 ammo right now. Just keep shooting. The Bastion's even advancing. Keep shooting. Break the shield. Like, you break the shield, Rein dies. Great. Rein's dead. We walk forwards. Walk on this, yeah. Remember, or hopefully you've seen this. So for Ramattra shield, if you walk through it, it's too far back. If they walk through it, it's too far forwards. You're going to walk through the shield. Well, you should, because of the Pharah, but like otherwise, I think the shield is too far back. I think you should put a little bit forwards. But Pharah is a problem. But it's fine. Like sometimes they make plays. It's okay, right? Just stay alive. But it's okay. You die, no problem. Like that's a great thing about short spawn. You'll be back really, really soon. Don't open with the shield, right? I would walk out and be like, okay, what's going on? I know you kind of want to create a little bit of space, but the easiest way to create space for your team is actually to go this way and start pressuring the back line, and then you shield here. Let me kind of visually demonstrate, right? Play here, right? Get out to here, then shield yourself out here or here, right? To be able to apply pressure. That's going to be way better than doing this shield right now, because now you don't have cover against them. Well, rather, you should be moving up. The problem is you don't move up, they're just going to keep spamming this choke. People getting through a choke, it's the same concept for like D-Day invasions on the beach, right? Your number one goal when you hit the beach is not to shoot anybody. Your number one goal when you hit the beach is to spread out. That way they don't just shoot everybody who's getting off the boats. It's the same concept here. The best way to deal with this is to spread out as fast as possible. Sitting next to the rest of your team means all of you get spammed together. You just reloaded with 78 ammo, for the record. you're sitting on top of your Bastion. Like, you're both peeking the same angle. And you're reloading right now, 63 ammo. The shield's about to break. Just shoot him. Just shoot him. The Bastion destroys the shield in 3-4 seconds. Just shoot him. Just shoot him. Now it's too late. Right? Like, just shoot him. Literally, like, that's the overall thing. Just shoot the shield. Literally, just shoot the shield. And the problem, that Vortex is going to Narnia. Like, your Vortex aim is really bad. You have to work on where you're throwing the Vortexes. Like, this Vortex, even if you're aiming for the back line, you should aim for this wall. But, like, this Vortex is going to nowhere. As soon as Nano gets popped, I just turn around. So, Nano reduces damage by 50%. Okay? The Reinhardt has 160 health, which means he actually has 320 health. Okay? That's bad. That means it's going to take me, what, four punches to kill him with no healing. There are 2 heroes healing him, right? The Ana and the Mercy. Combined, they're going to heal for, let's round, 150 health per second. Because he is nanoed, they're healing effectively 300 health per second. This is a Reinhardt that has 320 effective health, healing 300 effective health per second. You cannot kill him. Like, that's what you have to know. It's like, there's 0 chance of this Reinhardt dying. The Mercy alone could out-heal your damage now that he is nanoed. You just turn around, right? Just turn around and kill the DPS right now. But continuing trying to push the Reinhardt is a mistake, as we see. And, like, it's tough, because I know it's, like, the game goes fast, but, like, that's the issue here. It's, like, you're making all the wrong calls. It's just, like, turn around and go after the DPS here, right? They are vulnerable. Mercy is really far back. No one's helping them, right? Ana's here, fine, right? Or just aim at the Ana here. Anybody but the Reinhardt. Okay, so now Rein's playing close. This is a pain, because the Reinhardt is constantly taking damage when we get out the doorway. Great. Just walk out here. Just walk out here. Shoot the Rein. The Rein's not going to stand here while you're shooting the staff in the back, because as a reminder, your staff hurts. So he's going to back up and be like, oh, wow, I'm getting shot from the side. And he's going to back up here. And that's how you make people go back, with positioning. You don't need to brute force your way through this door. This Vortex isn't doing anything. He is healed. He's playing close. Very lucky to block the Shatter. Right? The Soldier Impulse hurts a lot. Disruptor Pulse does 200-something damage. Like, don't underestimate that. Oh, you have to pop Nemesis now. This is nuts to not pop it. Like, think about it. You're at 110 and you're not popping Nemesis. Your instinct is, hey, look, I hear the gasp. I see the red on the outside of my screen. Pop Nemesis. Right away. Instant pop Nemesis. But because you get so low, your Ana nanos you. But this is not a good spot to have nano. You're, like, pretty far away. They're all high health. Like, this is not going to do a whole lot. See how the Reinhardt doesn't care? Like, he's like, oh, whatever. Right? And now the Pharah just jumps in and just ultis you. Again, if you just went out the side door, you're good. The most basic technique of breaking spawn camps is to just split up and use all the doors, right? You're constantly forcing your way into the exact same choke over and over again and just wasting your time. I would not have put both here, but it works out for you. Look at the shield, right? Look at the moment that you throw the shield, okay? Here's the Ana. Does it look like the Ana is going to try to attack you? Does it look like you're imminently about to die? Does it look like you're about to get slept? No. Do not throw the shield. The Ana is not even looking at you right now. There is no reason to be throwing the shield. But it goes back to, it's like, look, the way you use your abilities is not very intentional, right? You're just popping them to pop them, right? You throw Vortex off cooldown. You throw shield off cooldown. This is bad. Like, this is not getting you good value. Right? Once again, what is the shield for? A, the shield is not even remotely on target, right? We continually see over and over again, like, you can't hit your abilities. Like, shield or Vortex are both wildly off target, consistently, over and over again. A. B, you hear the Reinhardt coming. Why am I shielding? The shield's not going to do anything. You also know he doesn't have Shatter because you just saw him Shatter last fight. So this shield's not going to do anything. If the Reinhardt's coming, right, like this, so I would shield behind him and then pop Nemesis and start punching him. Because he's contesting here, right? Just like, he's contesting, and I know he's contesting early because of the rate at which everyone else died. The supports are just spawning. Just start building damage on him right now with Nemesis. It's one of the few times where you can go straight into Nemesis. All right, back to aim. What are we shooting at? What are we shooting at? We're at 78 ammo right now. Now we just finally saw our Reinhardt. And we still didn't, we hit him with like 1 pellet. And now we finally go into Nemesis, even though you could finally shoot him with the staff. Like, this is all really suboptimal play. Okay? So whenever you think, oh man, like how could I possibly play better? I hope this stuff pops out to you that like you're really not doing anything, right? You just let the Rein walk on the point for free, did 0 damage to him, wasted a ton of ammo on your staff, wasted a bunch of time, and now you're finally punching him, but you're punching him at point blank, as we already discussed. Just kite him, right? Okay, good. Now we're out of range. Good. Okay, soldier in here, fine. I don't know why you canceled Nemesis early. She literally jumps into your crosshair. You have 2 seconds left on Nemesis. Punch, punch, melee, punch. Right? Or punch, melee if you prefer. Why did we cancel it? Nemesis is strong. We should shield off right now. Just shield off right here. Blocks the Ana, kill the soldier, and right then kill the Ana. Or kill the Ana first. Whatever you want to do. Whatever order you want to do. Like, you're very ineffectual when the fights actually happen. Okay, so here we go. Now, this is going to be a problem. I'm not going to lie. This is a huge problem for you. It's unfortunately not really your problem to deal with. There's not a ton that you can do to clear the Pharah and the Mercy off. That's just the way it goes. This point is very high ground favored, right? It's one of the reasons why I hate playing Brawl at this point. I much prefer playing Dive here, right? I'm playing Winston here. I'm playing Diva here. Maybe I'm playing Junker Queen to get in quickly, right? And get my team out of the choke. But I'm not playing Ramattra here. Most likely, right? If I am playing Brawl, right? I'm playing Rein or Risa to force my way into the castle and get these close range fights, which I'm really good at, which Ramattra is not that good at, for the record, right? Like, you can out brawl people who are not that brawly, and you can out poke people who are not that pokey. That's Ramatra's sweet spot, okay? True brawl heroes out brawl you, right? Orisa, Rein, to some extent Roadhog, will out brawl you. Zarya, right, will out brawl you. The good thing is you out poke them. You can burn them down from a distance, and there's nothing they can, generally speaking, do about it. That's what you're good. Simultaneously, right, on the flip side, Sigma, right? Sigma will outpoke you. He has way better sustain than you do, and he will just burn you down and take almost no damage. But he can't outbrawl you. If you can run up to him, especially if he doesn't have rock, you'll just run him over and win the fight. Right? Always think through, look, do I want to brawl these guys or do I want to poke these guys? Right? For Reinhardt's very brawly. You want to be poking him. I don't really know why he popped Nemesis right now, but that's fine. So now's the moment where I want Vortex. Like, this moment on the catch. Now they run. I go here. I toss Vortex right there. And then I kill everybody. Right? I kill the Ana. I kill the Mercy. I kill the Soldier. I kill everybody right now by Vortex. Right? Just check the Vortex here. But you don't have Vortex. You wasted it way too late on the Rein. Get super low. Back to panic. There are no targets on your screen. There are no targets on your screen. You are shooting. There's nobody on your screen until finally you're, oh, okay, I guess I should start shooting people here. This Vortex is also bad. You should have checked it at minimum here, A. But B, you can also save it and toss it to the right. Extremely low. All right. Now you push forward. Yeah, work the Ana down. I'm killing this Ana with the staff alone, right? I just go up here, just zigzag, just keep firing her because she has such a long retreat this way, which is why she's running forward. So I just run up here. I'm constantly shooting her with the staff at head level, and she dies. Like, this Ana is an easy kill right now. So if the soldier's going to do this, and you're going to chase down, immediately pop Nemesis and kill her, so she doesn't have time to escape. Because she might have a chance here if you don't do it right away. Right now, I pop Nemesis, I run over and kill her because she there's nowhere for her to go. Like, only option for her to retreat this way, I want to chase her down and kill her before she gets that many. Right? You're like slow to go to this now. You should just do quick melee here to finish. All right, here's the Reinhardt. Another Vortex that's completely wasted. Like, if you don't believe me about like the Vortexes, just watch this game back and just look at every single Vortex and think, did that Vortex do anything? There's nobody in this Vortex. I don't even know what you were trying to aim it at. And once again, I'm punching the Rein. What is my instinct? Get further away from him. Get away from the Rein. You walk into the Rein over and over and over and over again. That's the big problem here, right? I think you just really struggle in this matchup because you're just not playing it like technique-wise well. Just keep burning him down. Yeah, just keep shooting. As long as there's a shield missile, I keep shooting it. Just keep shooting. Don't reload. 55 ammo. Keep shooting it. The shield's nearly broken. Right? Shield's at 420 health. Keep shooting the shield. Keep shooting the shield. Don't throw Vortex. Keep shooting the shield. Keep shooting it. Yeah, just keep shooting. Oh, man. I wish you got the shield off. Shield off now. Yeah. Now pop Nemesis back up and start kiting. Pop Nemesis. See? Who's the lamp? What's the point of killing the lamp? No one's killing the soldier in the back. You're about to lose this fight. Pop Nemesis, kite all the way back, farm ulti. there's zero chance that popping ulti here is the right call. You are missing 2 heroes, and you are about to die. There's 5 heroes shooting it right now. Nemesis or Annihilation is not going to change anything about this fight. This is a huge blunder right now. Not having ultimate is like a big problem. And because you pop Annihilation, your soldier tries to pop Visor to try to do something. Your team is just throwing away ultimates, including you. Like, you're starting the snowball of bad consequences. Just LOS it, right? I would back up further because I can hear them pushing me, right? I would back up her further while I still have Nemesis and get further back before they trap me here. Again, I'm not peeking this. 150 health. This is why I said I would have already gotten back here. You're just going to die again and get staggered. Oh, man. You're about to get super staggered. See? Notice, 3 heroes alive. You just died again. Like, this is all you, right? You can't blame your team for this. You're constantly getting staggered here. All right. Final fight territory. Again, you should have ultimates here, right? I would not have popped Annihilation for any of these situations. You should have Annihilation and you have a chance to win this. But without Annihilation, you have 1 ultimate here and their team has 2 with about to have 3. Right? Their Rein Shatters are winning fights. Your Annihilations are doing nothing. That is an enormous difference in the value that you two are providing in these games. If I see a nanoed Rein charging at me right now, I just pop... first of all, Vortex, right? And if I can't get away, then I pop Nemesis to make sure I don't get one shot. All right. Very, very lucky that the Rein... Like, the Rein could easily have killed you right now. Like, if he just swings right here... I don't know. Maybe you would have gotten Nemesis off, but the rest of the team should have killed you anyway. Now you're dead, and now the game's over. Like, that has to be the big standout here, right? From offense is you just look tilted, right? Every fight, all you do is you just run at the enemy right away, right? You run at the enemy, you toss your Vortex as soon as you see them, right? And never anywhere that's actually valuable. Half the time it doesn't even hit anything, right? Just like, or would hit anything, or would zone them off from doing anything. You're constantly impatient with your staff. You go to Nemesis too quickly, and when you are in Nemesis, you're point blank with the enemy Rein. That's what's costing you, right? Over and over again. And like, yeah, the spawn camping is like kind of its own unique problem. We discussed that about like coming out a different door, but that's not really your core issue, right? Because I think if you were playing the Rein versus Ramattra match better, you never would have gotten spawn camp to begin with. The reason the enemy team is able to spawn camp you is because you can't generate space against the enemy Rein. That's why they're able to push you to your spawn to begin with. Then you don't understand how to push the Rein away from your spawn, right? Okay. So we can wrap there, right? Again, I think we covered a lot of different things, right? Number one is just the Rein versus Ramattra matchup, right? Playing your range, breaking the shield. Let's have those be the 2 biggest takeaways, right? Playing your range, breaking the shield. Second big thing besides that is ability usage, right? Shields, generally not great, but okay in some scenarios. Vortex usage, completely useless. Like, basically, if we remove Vortex from you, it wouldn't hurt your gameplay at all, because you're not getting anything from it right now. Like, Vortex is a major problem. Annihilation, also kind of a problem, but like everything else is already making the fight so hard to win that it's like hard to tell how much more value you could be getting from Annihilation, if that makes sense. Like, you're already getting kind of steamrolled here, and yeah, it is what it is. Okay. Again, I think we can wrap there. Hopefully this is helpful. I recommend, I would engage this material, right? Rewatch it. Think about it. Think about like why you made the decisions you did and like why it would differ from how I would play it, A. But B, also like kind of rewatch how I play Ramattra versus Rein, right? Does it look like how you're playing it, right? You probably see me holding Vortex in particular a lot more. You probably see me shooting my whole staff out before doing anything else, sometimes multiple times. You're way too impatient. Slow down the game. Be patient. All right. Hopefully this is helpful.